Judas Priest are a heavy metal band who have their origins in Birmingham in 1969, which is approaching 54 years ago now, and they have had continuous existence since then. Understandably, they've had some turnover of members, but surprisingly not that much, considering. They are considered to be hugely influential in metal circles, and of their 18 albums so far, probably their best known is their 1980 album British Steel. Hi, my name's Dan. So this was the 12th studio album by Judas Priest, and while I am familiar a little bit with Judas Priest, I know of their existence, probably know one or two of their songs. I would say I'm not hugely familiar, and so this is the first time that I've listened to this album. I would definitely describe this as metal, and probably most of it as being speed metal. Okay, so it's the first album of theirs with they got a new drummer for this album, a guy called Scott Travis, and he brought with him the concept of double bass drums. My understanding is that this was fairly early in the adoption of double bass drums for metal, and so with two pedals, he was able to go very, very fast, kind of a machine gun like. Staccato effect on the bass drums, and this brings a lot of speed and energy to the music. I also understand, my understanding of this is somewhat limited, but at this point in time, metal was transitioning, and it's about to become the kind of crazy world that is what is metal nowadays. So it has some of the characteristics of metal to come, in particular speed and fast chords, very kind of fast chuggy sound to it, and fast, what I believe is called shred soloing, and as I said, the drumming with the fast double bass drum there. There is one slower track here, which uses quite a bit of synth, which is Touch of Evil, which is a track that I really enjoyed. I actually enjoyed all of it, to be honest. The harmony structures that are involved are not as strange as metal then transitioned into. I would be able to say that I understood most of what's going on here harmonically. And it's very competent musically, and I know I sound surprised, but there's a lot of skill involved, especially at this kind of speed that they're going at. Interestingly, the bass is not actually a bass, so the guy who's their bassist played bass for the album, and then they got a keyboard player to play to double the parts on a Moog synth. And then they've used the synth bass instead of the actual bass in here. Did I mention he's Don Airey? He played for Deep Purple for quite a while. He also did the synth stuff, I believe, in The Touch of Evil, which is the track that has a very strong synth presence. Let's talk about the vocals. Rob Halford is the vocalist. He at this point had been the vocalist for Judas Priest for quite a while, but this was the last album from him for Judas Priest for about 15 years. And something happened after this album. He wanted to do a solo album, and because of contractual reasons, he ended up having to write a letter saying that he wanted to do a solo album, and effectively officially resigning from the band. But something went wrong, and that was leaked, and so he ended up actually properly leaving the band. So they were without him for quite a while, but he came back in 2005, I believe. Anyway, that's the history. The vocals are quite something. They're what you might think of as archetypal metal vocals, but the guy can sing high. He can sing incredibly high. I mean, he can sing kind of in a kind of normal highish range, but the impressive stuff of the really high wailing that he gets in here is very accurate. It's very evocative. So the vocals are something special, I would say. The lyrics, talking of something special, this is very much kind of stereotypical heavy metal lyrics. There's some of it is fantasy stuff with a horror bent, certainly 2 tracks, Nightcrawler and Painkiller, I like that. Then there's an emphasis on war with metal involved, so I'm not sure if this is meant to be kind of medieval and swords or kind of more modern and bullets and stuff. It's certainly kind of gung-ho and talking about glory and pain and things like that. So 2 particular tracks for that. One, Shot at Glory and All Guns Blazing. I want to pick out some of the lyrics because in some ways they're laughable, I would say. So a couple of my favourite spots. One is the chorus from Nightcrawler, which is Nightcrawler, beware the beast in black. Nightcrawler, you know he's coming back. Draw your own conclusions from that. And the other one is just one line from, I think it's from Painkiller. It's faster than a laser bullet. It is brilliant in the sense that it's just so mad, because what is a laser bullet? If there is such a thing, please tell me in the comments box. I'd love to know. But as far as I know, a laser is not a bullet, and a bullet is not a laser. Anyway, it's definitely part of the experience, the lyrics. You can hear most of the lyrics, which is good for a metal album. And musically, it's, as I said, it's competent. It's very kind of shreddy, fast speed metal. I would say it's quite minority listening. You have to be into your metal to be able to enjoy it, I would say. I do like a bit of metal, and this is the sort of metal that I would quite like, despite my comments about the lyrics. Musically, I found it very enjoyable. So I did enjoy it. I'd love to know what you think, so please talk to me through the comments box. That's it from me for now.